Welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are going to cook some basmati rice. I'm going to show you how to make perfectly cooked basmati rice in about 20 minutes. Okay, so we're going to get started here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to measure out 2 cups of rice. This recipe or this tactic that I use to cook the rice is best with 2 cups. So actually first let's get a couple of tablespoons of butter here. Just about 2 to 3 tablespoons. This is vegan butter. This is from Earth Balance. I use it pretty often. Basically, I've got my pan heating up here on a medium low, and I'm just gonna get this butter melting in here. And while that butter is melting down, we're gonna get a measuring cup. And let me get this big one here. And what I want is about 3 cups of water. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to use this electric kettle here. You don't have to use an electric kettle. You can use just a pot of boiling water. While that's filling up, we'll check on the butter over here. Just want to get this butter melted down. So what we're going to do is we're going to heat up 3 cups of water to about boiling point on our electric kettle. And we're going to saute our basmati rice here in this pan. And then we'll pour the water, the boiling hot water, into the pan. So instead of putting the rice into the pan with the water and bringing it to a boil, that's about 3 cups there. Instead of bringing it to a boil, we are going to saute the rice, get it up to heat, and then pour the boiling water in so that it automatically starts the cooking process for the rice. So this is on about 194 degrees Fahrenheit or 90 degrees Celsius, and I find that that's a good heat for what I want to do with the rice here. So let's go 2 cups of rice. Be careful with this guy here. And you could, if you're cooking Indian food, I like to do some turmeric and some cumin seeds in this butter and just sort of roast those a little bit in the butter, and then do the rice, and it just adds a nice color and flavor to your finished rice. So we're gonna go up on about a medium heat here, and we've got our 2 cups of rice, and I'm not rinsing this at all. This is not rinsed rice. I don't ever tend to rinse my rice before I cook it, and I can't really take full credit for this method here. This is Alton Brown's method of cooking rice. He actually released a video during quarantine detailing this exact method, and before that I always struggled a lot with cooking rice in just a pot method with water rather than in a rice cooker. And after he posted that video, I tried it, and I've tried it probably at least a dozen to 20 times since, and it's an absolutely perfect way to cook basmati rice. It comes out perfectly cooked in about 20 to 25 minutes. And it's ready to go with your food. This is going to be part of a 3-part series here where I'm going to show you how to cook basmati rice, vegan naan, and chana masala. So the first part of this 3-part series is going to be the rice, and the reason why I'm doing it in 3 parts is because if I were to do it all at once, it would be kind of it would just be a very involved recipe to have all 3 of those elements in one video. And also I'd like to keep the time down on this as short as possible. So we're done with our butter and our rice. We'll put those up. We're just pretty much going to saute this on about a medium heat, just moving it around the pan. And you want to get a sort of roasted, kind of toasty smell coming from the rice before you proceed with the next step. So we're waiting on our water to heat up over here. It's on 53. But the next thing I'm going to do real quick is get the lid for my pan. And what I like to do in order to keep a nice seal so that the steam doesn't escape from the pan while you're cooking the rice is get a sheet of aluminum foil and fit that to the size of your pan here, and I'll go over in the light and do it. So we're gonna sit our little pan lid here, and we're gonna put the aluminum foil right over it. And I like to just press it into all the folds of the lid and then wrap it around. And you can bring it over here and sit it down on the pan and just press it there, and it'll kind of get all those nice ridges fixed there. And the reason why you want to do that again is just to keep the moisture from escaping the pan while this rice is cooking. So we're starting to get some brown bits of rice here, which is good. I'm going to turn the heat down just a little bit until that water finishes heating up. And when you pour that water in, you're going to pour all 3 cups of it in, and it's going to react to the oil or butter that you're using, and it's going to get very spitty. But as soon as you pour the water in, you're going to throw your lid on, and that's when we'll set a 20-minute timer and let it cook. So rice is smelling really toasty, nice and sauteed. Drop it down to a low just for now. We'll want to have it on around a medium to a medium high when we add the water, just to maintain the heat. And we're almost there. I like to get my measuring cup back out and get it ready for the hot water, and just pour the hot water in here. That way I make sure I have exactly 3 cups. So another 12 degrees to go or so on that. Just keep turning your rice. You don't want it to burn, but you do want to get you do want to develop that kind of toasted flavor on a lot of the grains of rice. And it's okay if some of them get, you know, light brown, golden brown, even a little slightly bit dark. It's not gonna disrupt the flavor in the end product. Like I said, you could add anything you wanted here. You could add cumin seed, coriander seed, turmeric, mustard seed, anything like that, just to add some flavor to your rice. Okay, so we're round about where we want to be. That's good enough for me for now. So I'm going to pour all this water, and be careful because this is very hot. I'm going to pour it straight into my measuring cup here, and we're going to go for that 3 cup mark there. And if you, like I said, if you don't have a an electric pot or electric kettle, just heat 3 cups of water up on the stove and get it to a boil, and then probably add that to a measuring cup. That way you make sure you've got exactly 3 cups. Okay, so here we are. So I'm going to turn this up to just above a medium high, and we're going to start to add this, and it's going to get very spitty here. Okay, lid on just like that, and drop the heat down to a low, and set your timer for 20 minutes. Okay, so that's literally all you do. You're going to let that sit, and it's going to cook. And because the boiling hot water immediately brought it up to a boil with the rice, it's only going to take about 20 minutes, and we're going to have perfectly fluffy rice. So I'm going to cut now, and I will see you in exactly 20 minutes. Okay, so the rice has cooked for 20 minutes, and we're going to pull the lid off here. Oh, all that nice steam. Okay, pull it off the heat and turn that burner off. And you want to take a fork here, and you want to be very careful at this stage, because if it isn't cooked, then it could clump together. But I can tell just by looking at it that it's perfectly cooked. And we're just gonna reach under and pull up. Just reach under there and pull up on those grains of rice. Oh yeah, perfectly cooked basmati rice. I absolutely love the smell of basmati. Over any other rice, it just has such a nice aroma, especially when you use that method and you do a little saute on it before you cook it. All right. So, perfectly cooked. We're going to take it over and set it here, and I'm going to, normally you would let it cool for the purposes of the video. I'm going to go ahead and scoop it into a bowl, and you could leave it in this bowl and serve out of this bowl if you're serving a like a curry, or like in my purposes, I'm going to be serving it with a Chana masala. And that'll be part 3 of this video series. But yeah, you can leave it in a bowl. It's really easy to heat up. It's also very easy if you just lay it out on a sheet pan and let it kind of dry out. You can use it for fried rice the following day. So yeah, a lot of purposes. And of course, making 2 cups, you'll have a lot more than you need. So you can always find something to do with the leftovers. So I'm going to get all this scooped in here, and then we'll try a taste of it. All right, good enough. All right, grab our fork here. Okay, so here's the beautifully cooked basmati rice. All the grains are light and fluffy, and came together in about 20 to 25 minutes. Let's give it a taste. Wow. Honestly, it's like a pillow. It's like a pillow in your mouth. And that's the best thing about this method is every single time I've cooked it like this, it's came out exactly perfect. Maybe the absence of 1 or 2 times early on when I was learning. But it comes out perfectly cooked, and it goes so well with Indian dishes and curries and whatnot. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got some value out of it. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget that this is a part of a 3-part series, so part 2 is going to be vegan naan. So stick around, I'll leave that at the end for you to click on. And then part 3 will be the Chana masala, and we'll bring all of it together, the chana, the rice, and the vegan naan. So hope you enjoyed it and hope you get some use out of it. And like I said, subscribe to my channel to see more vegan daily content, and also to see the other 2 parts of this 3-part series. So thanks, and have a good one, guys.